In 1984, the scientific community not only witnessed, but truly felt a terrifying face of nature. This strange and mysterious phenomenon silently claimed the lives of 37 people without even being seen. In Africa, people traveling along a road suddenly died within a single minute, without any visible danger. The most shocking part was that everyone died from the same cause: suffocation. Some people claimed it was an attack by evil spirits, while at the official level it was declared a chemical attack. But when the real cause was discovered, it was extremely difficult to believe. Welcome once again to Factify TV's videos. Viewers, in August 1984, a very strange and horrifying incident occurred in a remote area of Cameroon, Africa. There is a small lake there called Lake Kivu, which was known for its peaceful environment. But that very calmness was about to unleash devastation. Several villages were located around the lake, and a road passed nearby. On the night of August 1st, 1984, at around 11:30 p.m., people living near the lake heard a loud rumbling sound. At first, they thought it was thunder, but the sky was so clear that stars were visible. After this sound, some people who had not yet returned home noticed fog close to the ground near the lake. They ignored it and went to sleep. All night, this mysterious fog kept accumulating over Lake Kivu. Around 10:30 the next morning, when the wind started blowing, the fog, still very close to the ground, reached the nearby road. People passing by thought it was just ordinary morning mist. But as soon as they came into direct contact with it, their breathing stopped, and within a minute, bodies began to fall. When the fog finally cleared due to the wind, dead bodies were scattered across the road. Some were pedestrians, some were on motorcycles, and others were found dead inside vehicles. This mysterious fog claimed 37 lives. Shortly afterward, police and doctors arrived, but there was nothing obvious to suspect. Initial investigations concluded that all deaths were caused by suffocation. The news spread fear throughout the region. 37 people dying at the same time, in the same place, for the same reason was extremely strange. Many people claimed it was an attack by evil spirits, while the Cameroonian government declared it a terrorist chemical attack. However, both explanations were meaningless. If terrorists wanted to carry out a chemical attack, why would they target innocent people in a remote village? Soon, the investigation shifted toward nature itself. This time, experts suspected the Cameroon Line, a 1,600-kilometer-long underground chain of volcanoes that starts from the Gulf of Guinea and passes beneath the exact point where Lake Kivu is located. With the help of the U.S. Embassy in Cameroon, a scientist named Harold Sigurdsson was brought in to investigate. Sigurdsson thoroughly examined Lake Kivu, but found no signs of volcanic activity in or at the bottom of the lake. There were no disturbances in the lake bed and no sulfur particles in the water, which are usually present during volcanic activity. However, when Sigurdsson pulled up a bottle of water from the lake's bottom, gas and foam began to escape, just like when a bottle of soda is opened. That was enough of a clue for him. He immediately realized that carbon dioxide gas had dissolved into the water at the lake's bottom. Post-mortem reports of the victims also confirmed that they had suffocated due to carbon dioxide gas. The question was, how did the carbon dioxide dissolved at the bottom of Lake Kivu kill people on land? Carbon dioxide is heavier than normal air, and when released, it settles near the ground. The cloud or fog seen close to the ground around Lake Kivu was actually carbon dioxide gas. But why did this gas emerge from the lake? After a full investigation, Sigurdsson proposed a theory. Volcanic gases beneath Lake Kivu had been slowly accumulating at the lake bed, dissolving into the deep water. Because the lake lies near the equator, it experiences intense heat year-round. As a result, the upper layer of the lake remained warm, while the lower layer, containing dissolved carbon dioxide, remained cold. Cold water is heavier than warm water, so the lower layer never mixed with the upper layer for centuries, allowing carbon dioxide levels to continuously increase. Normally, in lakes located in regions with seasonal changes, water layers mix during winter. But because Lake Kivu is near the equator, this mixing never occurred. Pressure kept building in the lower layer, while the upper layer acted like a bottle cap. Even a slight disturbance or excessive pressure could suddenly release the gas. Sigurdsson explained that Lake Kivu had become like a time bomb, capable of exploding suddenly. The rumbling sound heard the night before the disaster was likely the beginning of this process. This phenomenon was later named a limnic eruption. After 2 years of research, Sigurdsson published his theory in a scientific journal, but other scientists dismissed it. 2 years later, in 1986, a similar disaster occurred at Lake Nyos, located about 100 kilometers north of Lake Manaut. Lake Nyos lies on the same Cameroon line and is twice the size of Lake Manaut. Around 9 p.m., a loud rumbling sound was heard, and soon nearly 1 cubic kilometer of carbon dioxide gas erupted from the lake. It is estimated that this cloud contained around 300,000 tons of carbon dioxide. Being heavier than air, it spread rapidly into nearby valleys where many villages were located. Tragically, 1,746 people died from suffocation, along with 3,500 animals. Incredibly, insects did not even approach the bodies, as the gas had killed them as well. Only 4 people survived because they were on higher ground. Some people remained unconscious for 36 hours and woke up to find their relatives dead. Just months before this tragedy, Sigurdsson's theory had been published and rejected. After Lake Nyos, the world finally accepted his explanation. Scientists from around the world studied both lakes and confirmed that a landslide had disturbed the gas-rich bottom layer of Lake Nyos, triggering the eruption and even causing a 25-meter high tsunami inside the lake. This raised a critical question. Could such an event happen again? Investigations revealed that carbon dioxide was still slowly accumulating in both lakes. To reduce the risk, scientists installed pipes to safely release the gas. By 2009, Lake Manaut was fully degassed, and by 2019, Lake Nyos was also made safe. However, there is one more lake still at risk, Lake Kivu, located on the border of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. It is so large that 50 Lake Nyos lakes could fit inside it, and it is twice as deep. Lake Kivu also lies in a seismically active area and contains not only carbon dioxide but also methane gas, which is flammable. Around 2 million people live nearby. If a limnic eruption occurs here, it could become the deadliest natural disaster in human history. Scientists are monitoring the lake closely, but political instability and ongoing conflict make safety efforts extremely difficult. Although methane extraction has begun to generate electricity, experts warn that the process is slow and may even trigger an eruption. Lake Manaut showed the world what limnic eruptions are. Lake Nyos showed how devastating they can be, and Lake Kivu holds the greatest danger of all, considering the dense population and ongoing conflicts around it. It is not wrong to say that Lake Kivu is the most dangerous lake in the world. We hope you liked and shared this Factify TV video. Thank you for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing video.